Hello everybody, welcome back to the Huddersfield Town preview show. We're joined by manager Lee Grant at Canalside. Lee, a disappointing result at Cardiff. We're 48 hours on. Have your emotions, feelings changed much in that time?
In all honesty, Raj, no, not really. Look, a game that I was pleased we managed to get back into, and then really frustrated post-game that it went away from us, having worked hard to get the game back to a position that we would have wanted at half-time. The game was the game that we thought it was going to be. We know they're a really strong side in terms of their possession, and I've had a lot of controlling games in terms of taking the football away from the opposition. But we also knew that there were going to be real opportunities for us to hurt them. We had those opportunities. We obviously score a good goal. I thought we had opportunities to create and score more. I think our XG tells us that. The fact that we have more XG than them on the day tells us that. Another 13 shots away from home and scoring 2 goals tells us that we've done some things well and right and to plan. However, what we didn't plan for was to concede 3 goals and not be at our level in those moments defensively. So that's a frustration for all of us, something we want to solve quickly. And obviously we've got a really good opportunity to go and do that on Tuesday night.
Discussing Tuesday night, it's an ability to put those things that you just talked about into action straight away against another good opposition.
We have to move on quickly. Another opposition that's going to test you in different ways and challenge you, and we got to really be excited about that and look for the ways that we can go and be ourselves and hurt them and do what we've done a lot recently, which is score good goals, create lots of opportunity and threat to the opposition. So look, we have to go and do that. Like I say, Cardiff now is in the rear view, and we have an opportunity now over the next block of games to pick up points. We have to start well with Northampton.
With the really quick turnaround, just how the lads doing after the weekend? What's the availability looking like?
Well, look, right now we are suffering with some illness in the camp. That was seen obviously with Lyndon at the weekend not being with us, not travelling on the trip. I think Lyndon is going to be a real stretch for him to be back and involved for Northampton. And it seems as though, here at Canalside this morning, we've got 1 or 2 that are going to be up against it as well in terms of their availability due to illness. So we're going to be stretched again, that's for sure. But we know we have enough within our ranks to step up and go to Northampton and put on a really good display.
We've spoken to you a lot recently, so I'll admit this is my last one. We've had a really tough, congested block of games, and we're almost getting over the top of the end of that over this next week with Northampton and Saturday. Mm-hmm. How much mental pressure, but also physical pressure of all of you guys as a group had to come through in this term? Yeah,
look, I mean, it's like that in any block of games, and of course there is always a pressure and a stress on the group and a load physically and mentally, but we have to relish that. We really do, and we're heading into a busy Christmas period as well around the corner. I think the group are well placed in terms of the work we've done here over the course of pre-season and early part of the season to be able to withstand that. Of course, we've got to try and keep lads available, and we have picked up too many injuries this season. We've got to hope that turns in our favour at some point. We're getting some back slowly. But yeah, look, for me, let's relish and enjoy this heavy run of games and fixtures and go into it looking to take as many points as we can.
Lee, best of luck tomorrow night.
Thanks very much, mate.
We'll be back in a moment with Murray Wallace. Hello everybody, welcome back to the Huddersfield Town preview show. We're here at Canalside with defender Murray Wallace. Murray, a disappointing result for us at Cardiff at the weekend, but straight back into action tomorrow night at Northampton. Is it one of those where you have to review the game today and then immediately, if it's not already, get your heads onto tomorrow night?
Yeah, like you said, obviously a disappointing result. We'll have a look at it briefly, but you've got to look at it. The areas that were done well, the areas that weren't so great, and then learn from it and go forward onto the next game.
With Northampton as well, it's a team we know from last season even that are more than capable. It's games aren't won and lost on paper. Is the mentality's still got to be top to get a result?
Yeah, of course. And I think it's going to be a very difficult game. You look at the games Cardiff, Northampton, you think, well, Cardiff will be the trickier game, but realistically, you know, if you go into that kind of mentality or mindset of Northampton will be an easier game, then you know you're already almost at a disadvantage. It'll be a very difficult game, and we need to approach it right and perform to our levels.
It's we're getting towards the end of this really congested block now. We've got Northampton tomorrow night, back home finally on Saturday, and then a clear midweek, which has felt like a long time coming. Mentally as much as physically, is that a challenge for you guys to just make sure that you can keep getting up for things and get through it?
Yeah, of course. You know, personally, I like when the games come thick and fast, Saturday, Tuesdays, and you get a bit of a run, bit of momentum. You know, equally, a result at the weekend that's not quite what you want, you've got an opportunity to set it straight away. But yeah, you know, if you played Saturday, Tuesday all season, I think we'd all have very short careers. So it'll be good to, you know, after an intense break, to have almost a little week reset and get fresh legs again.
For you as well, I know it's been a personally frustrating period, having missed out a few games and had your own little niggles to deal with. How pleased are you to be back?
I'm delighted. You know, it's always a difficult time, you know, being injured and watch the lads go out there and enjoy themselves and, you know, put in performances, and you just want to be a part of that. So, you know, I'm delighted to be back fit, you know, hungry to play in games and get that winning feeling. And
the manager's spoken about as well for you, you've prided yourself across your career with being one of the fittest in the team, being constantly available even if you're not being selected, the option's always there. It must be especially annoying for you to have that taken from you.
Yeah, and like I say, getting injured, you know, can be some of the most difficult periods of your career. So yeah, you just got to, you know, make the most of being fit and available and give everything you can every day. There's
a couple of lads who are in there at the moment rehabbing who've either had reoccurrences or been there for a while. Given your position as one of the leaders of the group, that give you a bit of an opportunity just to get an arm round and make sure that they're okay at the same time and be that leader that you are?
Yeah, of course. You know, obviously as well, it's a team game. I'm not always just thinking about yourself. So, you know, lads in there are going through similar sort of things, disappointment, frustration. You know, everyone's at different stages, and then unfortunately we've had some with a few setbacks, which is, you know, can be just as difficult, if not harder, to deal with. So yeah, it's important that, you know, you have chats with them and make sure everyone's doing all right and focused on working as hard as they can to get back fit.
Murray, thank you so much for your time.
No worries, right, cheers.